What's up, YouTube? Mr. Lamessy here, and today we're going to read through the continued updates for the outages, what they're doing, how they're moving forward, all of that stuff. So let's just dive in. It's actually not crazy long. I haven't read it yet, but I just kind of want to see, what they say, because this is a big issue, and we can talk a little bit about it. Hello all, we want to provide an update on all the work the dev team's been putting in on addressing some of the database issues that we detailed in our post above a couple of weeks ago. You guys should hopefully remember that one pinned. I guess this is the one. We talked about that one already. And I have a whole other video on it. As we mentioned in our last update, character saves have been occurring on the global database. Next week, our internal teams will begin testing a significant change by having saves occur more often on the regional end rather than global, in hopes of alleviating some of the database stress. Once our internal load testing is complete, we'll put up a PTR server, with this fix to get some real-world testing before rolling out to the live game. Wow, they're going to have a PTR server. So we can all go in and test that and break that stuff. On top of that, we have another client patch that we expect to hit next week, which will offer better transparency on queue times by adding time estimates alongside your placement in the queue. We'll also be implementing a way to rate limit games with varying times to ensure we can get higher amounts of players in during peak playing periods. This change will also give us a better way to adjust the number of players that can jump into the game during these moments. Lastly, we have some significant updates coming to the game in terms of bug fixes and features, and we are looking forward to going over all those updates with you soon. Hopefully some lobby stuff. Thank you again for all your patience as you venture your way back into hell in Diablo 2 Resurrected. We will continue to provide updates when available. I mean, once again, I have to be happy that they are reaching out at least and giving us updates. Better than the complete silence. The rate limiting games and, with varying times to ensure we can get higher amounts of players in. I'm not sure that's going to be super fun. I understand the queues are a big issue because the morning queues, especially when Asia is on, Europe is on, like it's when everybody's awake, right? Asia, Europe, and Americas are all awake in the early AM hours of America time. And it seems like that's really causing a lot of load issues for them. So we're still seeing a lot of people who are playing the game, right? I feel like definitely one of the solutions that they wanted to implement was just like, wait till there's less load. But there's not. More and more people keep playing this game. And so they have to actually, go in and fix stuff, which is ultimately for the best. Bringing all of the saves back to the regional end is interesting because that's kind of how it was in the beginning, right? Like everything was saved regionally. Right, and then, but I guess there wasn't a global server, I would imagine, right? So that's kind of the piece. So they're kind of bringing it back to the older style of Diablo 2, and then merging it in to the global at some point. So there's definitely some like concern there because having saves occur more often on the regional end and less to the global, there's more like room, it feels like. And once again, I don't actually have good understanding for if there's duping and whatever stuff and how they're doing it all with all of these things. I mean, I definitely understand some of the duping that's happened in the past, but you definitely have to wonder when you have these saves being written more regionally and then like merging into the global later and things like that, will you run into conflicts? Is there going to be some sort of abuse where you're saving and then getting it to save, into another regional server at some point, or being able to abuse that so that, you can create these conflicts? I don't know. It's very interesting. So, yeah. So there's definitely some curious stuff here. I mean, we'll see, I guess, once the PTR server comes up. And we can go in and do stuff and whatever. It's confusing. It's definitely confusing, you know? So we'll see. We will see what happens. I'll put a link down to this below. I would definitely say, I mean, we're over a month after launch, and I really want the game to just be in its like stable state already, you know? That's kind of where I'm at. I really want it to just be in a stable state, and so unfortunately it's not right now, and that's kind of the unfortunate part. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't know. I don't have much else to say on it except I'm ready for it to be improved. I'm ready for this to get back to the point of like fully playable and not having these long queues and not having this long downtime every time you fail a game and all of that stuff. Because right now we can't even talk about all the like cool new features we could add in. We can't even talk about all, you know, it's like there's nothing to talk about except fixing the servers in the game and all of that stuff. Right? All of the other things that we should be talking about are always going to be pushed off if people can't play the game. So I really hope they fix that, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So anyways, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below. I hope you guys have been able to get in and play the game. To those who haven't, I'm sorry. You know, it does kind of suck. I agree with you there. But this is their update, so when the PTR server comes out, we can go in, do some testing, and hopefully it helps a lot of stuff. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching, YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe.